Every time I get on Facebook, I got notifications from the Brown South girls. I was like, oh boy, this is so exciting.
Yes. Well, we'll be live in about, 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of time. How was your week?
It was good. I forgot I didn't have to work tomorrow.
It's a holiday.
Right. I completely forgot. Yeah, I really, not being in school, I don't keep up with holidays well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, okay, it's another day. Here we go.
Well, I guess seeing that you work in education, I guess, not being in class.
Yes, you're right. Not being in class, because on my side, we still got to go to work most of the time.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, oh, it's a holiday?
Mm-hmm. I grilled out today.
I want to grill.
I did. I grilled out. We had a couple steaks, a couple chops, and asparagus, some mixed vegetables.
I'm gonna get me a tabletop grill and just open my windows and hope I don't set the fire alarm off.
Don't do that, please.
But they had me a cookout.
You should, because they have the indoor little indoor type grills.
I'm very serious.
I'm serious too.
I'm getting me a tabletop grill. I'm not gonna miss the cookouts.
We got about 7 more minutes. I gotta make sure I got everything.
But if I had me a patio, man,
that would be good.
I'd be the neighborhood barbecuer.
But I've done that before too. Like grilled out on my patio.
If it wasn't so many wasps on my last patio, I probably would have tried it. But
I don't want to mess with the wasps.
I think that was a sign that I didn't need a patio on the grill there.
Your internet service still kind of wacky?
Yes, I'm still connected. So, well,
you're just gonna hotspot off. Okay, well,
because that is reliable.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense anyway. Hotspot off of it.
Oh, it's working on my iPad right now, but I'm scared it'll go back out.
We've been having some little outages too. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it really looked like it was going to storm earlier, like really bad, and I was hoping it didn't. But the sun's out now.
That's how I've been looking here.
I was like, well, if it's not storming, why is my internet out?
Acting all wacky.
Right.
We got 6 minutes.
6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on.
You don't know nothing about Dougie Fresh.
I love that song.
But you know,
and Dougie Fresh had me thinking, okay, I didn't think I could beatbox, but I wanted to learn how to beatbox. But I realized that everybody doesn't have all these talents for a reason. Dougie Fresh is Dougie Fresh for a reason. I'm gonna let him be.
You sound like Sue Ham. She did a beatbox and she went viral with it. But she can beatbox.
I was about to say, I don't know if my viral or her viral would be the same.
Let's be clear. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah. Ours wouldn't be the same type of viral. That's some good tea right there.
All right. I'm hoping that our comments are going to come up. I hope I have some people who
that's
send a comment through. Yeah. So what we're gonna have to do is pay attention to the Facebook comments if they're not coming across for us, so that we can chat with our people on Facebook. I really want them to get that fixed. It's some kind of bug. I don't know. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to log into Facebook. But I also really did hurt my toe when I was getting up.
Oh my goodness.
But it's all good in the neighborhood.
Don't injure yourself, please.
Well, it's a little too late for that.
Why?
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I just realized I matched the background.
This is true. You do. You really do. So it's if it is correct, I hope we can. I think on the Brown South Girls Facebook page,
Oh,
we
I
should be
can
able
do
to
this.
see if people are there, they should be able to comment. I hope so.
I'm gonna try to do this as smart as possible. So, I'm a smart cookie.
Use your education.
Got to. This stuff get paid for. I'm gonna use it.
Absolutely. And I gotta make sure I share this again on the pages.
Okay. So as long as I keep that muted, I think I can.
Yeah, you will have to keep it muted because it will it'll give feedback if you don't.
Okay. I just tried to pull it up so I could see hopefully I can see the comments when they come up.
Yeah. That's what I kind of wanted to keep an eye on a little bit. Just we'll pay attention to it.
Oh, wait. Don't do this. Yikes. Okay. I got it to work now.
Okay.
Now we're cooking with gas.
We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We want to do a bit of housekeeping for the Brown South Girls podcast coming up very soon. If you can hear us, please comment and put a 1. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the comments. Let us know if you can hear us well. We've been having a few little technical difficulties with the internet, so it's out of our hands. But we're still going to bring this thing to you until and unless we can't do anything about what the internet is doing. A little bit of housekeeping. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? Good to know that you can hear us. Keisha LaShawn is in the building. That's good. We got a couple minutes. Yeah, so I see those from the Brown South Girls page. Great. Yes. Tanya Vaughn. Yeah, on YouTube, you can hear us. You got a 1. Thank you very much. So that is wonderful. We got 1 minute, KJ. 1 minute. Get yourself together. Sip a little tea. Do what you need.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Got my Thug Life cup.
You are not. We're going to talk about this after the show. You are
it's
not
so cute. Thug Life with a little dog on it.
You better get one that say Pug Life.
You know, but pugs have such bad asthma. They're really cute, but
you're right.
They just don't breathe well.
They do not. I don't know what the deal is with them.
Me either.
Okay. Since I know now that that's showing up. So I think it is 6 o'clock. Is it 6 o'clock? Yeah. Yes, it is.
It's close
6
enough.
o'clock on the dot. 6 o'clock on the dot. That's how it's going down. Yes. How you feeling?
I'm good.
You are?
I'm really good. Yes. How are you?
I'm good. Let me bring you up closer and do the things that I know I should be doing. Let me take that banner down that said it's starting soon because we have started. How y'all doing? It's the Brown South Girls podcast. We are here. We're here live with you. It's another Sunday. The last Sunday of the month. How's everything going down?
Go ahead. I was just going to say these Sundays are coming by so fast.
They are. They really are. And I'm going to tell you something. Not only the Sundays come by pretty fast, but this month for me has been like really, really busy and challenging in some very interesting ways for me. And we can talk about that if you want to. I know we just got our notes last night of what we're going to talk about. And am I, when people text me when I'm live and want to talk to me like that, I don't understand. I don't understand. All right, KJ, what are we going to talk about here today?
So, give me a little handy dandy iPad. Our first topic is be careful of who and what you are listening to.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Let's say that again. Be careful of who
and what you're
and what
listening to.
what you're listening to. That's a very good topic. I because I got my little notes in the phone.
Mhm.
We use technology in a very interesting ways in the middle of the night or whatever. If we have a little idea, we kind of share notes. And so I like this topic too. So yeah, we can start here. Um, what I have is here, for as tough as it is to hear people talking about the state of the economy right now. People are talking about gas prices, the housing market, the job market. There's a lot that could be coming into your ear depending on who you're listening to, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And really, what I want to say, I often hesitate to have conversations with people who have that kind of doom and gloom.
Mhm.
And the reason why I say that is because guess what? Yes, all of that stuff is going on, but a whole lot of people are doing very well and doing okay. People are out here working.
Yeah.
Yes, they may be complaining about the gas prices because they don't like seeing them that high, but guess what? They're putting gas in their cars. People are still buying food. People are doing some of the same things that they have been doing. People are going on vacation.
Yep.
So that's why I say you gotta be careful of who you are listening to. What are people doing, like, in terms of a younger generation, younger than mine? How y'all feeling about it?
I mean, I totally agree. Never really been a huge fan of just listening to any and everybody or any and everything because I really like to protect the sense of peace that I've created for myself, or even just, situations that I'm in or things that I am planning for my life. I rather, get through those without having to listen to all the opinions or maybe the doom and gloom of just any and everybody. So I think my generation is pretty good about protecting our peace, for
Do
sure.
you really?
I think to an extent.
To an,
Nobody's really good at it. To an extent.
to an extent, to an
Yeah.
extent. I can't say the same for maybe a couple generations that may be above me. They're of that thing like, oh Lord, I can't believe how high, those
Right.
type of conversations. So you kind of hear that in older people. But
Hmm.
within my particular generation and a lot of the people who are in my immediate circles, um, we're at that middle age,
Hmm.
people who pretty much have a balance of your finances. A lot of people have already been in the housing market. They have homes, automobiles. So a lot of the things that people are talking about that, they're having a lot of issues with, mm, I'm not really hearing a lot of that in my personal circles. It's only if I listen to the news or if I listen to something on the internet that I'm really hearing that. And guess what? All I got to do is stroll
Right.
on. So, I don't let that bother me so much. You know, and
Yeah.
and and wealth, when you think about I think that the biggest thing is going to be wealth, and that's why I kind of just came out and said and wealth. But wealth is kind of like the bigger issue of this whole thing.
Hmm.
And and I guess I should probably say maybe a little bit of financial security more so than wealth, because you can define wealth in so many ways. I don't want people to think that I'm just speaking monetarily,
Yep.
because your wealth is going to be about your health, about what you were talking about earlier, your peace of mind, your well-being. That has a lot to do with it. So
Hmm.
I just kind of block it out.
The same.
I do.
Very
What
much
are
so.
what are some of you all doing out here who are watching us live right now? I see Keisha LaShawn in the comments. I see Tommy D's here. I see Danielle Davis in the building. What are some of the things that you guys are hearing, and how do you feel like you're managing that? If you guys can kind of put in the comments what's going on with you and how you're dealing with it, we want to talk about that. We want to kind of pull you guys into this conversation with us. And that's our real main focus. We want to grow this show and let you know that it's really about you. This conversation is not just between KJ and I. This conversation is about you as well. So you guys go ahead and get a little keyboard action going on it and tell us, what are some of the things that you're hearing, and how do you feel about the situation? And when you hear people talking about what's going on, or if they're complaining about what's going on, or if the people around you are thriving,
Mhm.
what do you think? Because we as a people, let's talk about us as a people. We have gone through a lot of difficult times, and we make it through difficult times.
Yeah.
When there's been recessions before, Black people have been just doing what they do. They got to keep going. That's how we know it.
Hmm.
Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, totally. And I actually am really proud and just appreciate the fact that like a lot of the people in my circle are thriving, even under the circumstances we're in. Like, yeah, gas prices are high, but hey, I gotta get from point A to point B. I'm just go to the gas station, put the gas in. I'm not gonna look at it and let it hurt my feelings. I'm gonna just do it, just rip the band-aid off. But we're also able to have conversations about what's going on without it being all gloom and doom. Like we acknowledge the times that we're in, but we're able to talk about it, bounce ideas off of each other about, where we want to go next or what we think we're going to do or how we can continue to prosper. So
Right.
I like my circle. Go circle.
It's important.
Yeah.
I'm probably butchering this up quite a bit, but there's a saying like, the five people that you are immediately around, that's going to kind of dictate what's going on with you. So if
Hmm.
you're around like five people who are broke, you get ready to be six. Five complainers, doom and gloomers.
Hmm.
That's who you're going to be. So you have to kind of curate your circle. You absolutely
Yeah.
do. You know, we've got a lot of stuff in this chat. I'm looking at our notes here.
Hmm.
Um, I'm waiting for people to come through. I see. I want to put this comment up. Keisha
Yes.
says, I feel blessed to be teaching and providing for myself and my family.
Yes,
Listen,
that is wonderful.
Keish, I know that is right. I know that is right. I definitely feel the same way. You got to be grateful.
Hmm.
I definitely am grateful that I'm able to do the things that I like to do, and not just the things that I like to do, but I'm able to thrive. I'm able to, you know, maintain my lifestyle. I like that, and I know, and I don't take for granted that it could very well be different. It could be, but it's not. So, you got the right idea. You're feeling your blessings. That's what's up.
Hmm.
Go ahead and go through these notes here, or we could stay here. Well, talk to me. What you got to say on it?
We can go to the next one. We'll come back. Once we get to talking, we just we just get to rolling.
I did see something in here where one of us said um, it's not that difficult for folks who manage their finances and make smart life decisions for themselves.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
very true.
yeah. You've got to manage that money that is coming in.
Hmm.
You've got to manage it. So it's not all doom and gloom. It really isn't. But I do want to say this, still be smart, because even though we hear the doom and gloom and we hear the things that are happening, realistically for me, when I do go to the grocery store, I really am seeing the shelves look a little different. They do.
Yeah.
They're not stocked as well as I've seen them in the past.
Hmm.
Certain things that I've been used to getting, they're not having. So I see that. And what I want to say, and what I think would be smart anyway, in the older days, like my grandmother, and I don't know where we got away from this, and I
Hmm.
don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing, but they always had a stock pantry. Like they always had a lot of canned goods. Of course,
She did.
um, it wasn't of the generation of we didn't have to buy water and that type of stuff back in the day. So people didn't necessarily think of that. But
Hmm.
I feel like each time you go to the grocery store, get a couple extra things that you're going to put to the side that you're not going to use from. So you can
Yeah.
really slow prepare, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
You don't have to go out here and spend a whole bunch of money at one time if you don't want to. If you've got the budget to do it, if you say, okay, you know what, I've got an extra $50, I want to, get $50 worth of things to put in my pantry. But if it's $20, let it be $20. If it's
Yeah,
just a few dollars, a few extra things that you can get those few extra things because
I agree.
you need to be prepared.
Definitely. I feel like I'm unconsciously prepared,
Hmm.
because I definitely have like some canned goods in my pantry that I forgot about, or I was like, okay, we're gonna save like this many of these because I know I'm gonna want this later. So it wasn't as strategic, but it ended up working out for sure. Because I definitely have some lentils in there that I've been holding on to for dear life.
Oh, wow, I like lentils too. But you know what? For
Right.
me, it was a challenge for me. Well, you kind of know how I am in that respect. But
Hmm.
see, I'm not one who really like canned goods.
Yeah.
So, for me, I didn't have a lot of canned goods in the beginning because I usually, if I can't get fresh, I'll get the next best thing for me is the frozen. I like frozen
Hmm.
vegetables. So, like to have a lot of canned goods, I just didn't have a lot of canned goods. There's so much of the grocery store that I don't even shop in, you know? Like I
Yeah.
go produce, da 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 da. I'm in there. I might get a couple meats or whatever the case, and I'm out. It's just the rest of the grocery store. It's not even for me.
I totally get that. And I think that kind of rubbed off on me a little bit because I'm pretty sure it wasn't until like well into my adult life that I even brought a can opener
Oh
because I
my
was like, oh, I
goodness.
have to buy frozen vegetables because we ate frozen vegetables at home. So I
Hmm.
was, just doing what I was used to. And then I was like,
Right.
okay, well, if they don't have the frozen ones, I can get the canned ones. But then I realized I didn't have a can opener. So it's like, well, guess we'll put these away and wait till we get one.
Yeah, but I got some now. So, like I said, I'm paying attention to what's going on. And
Hmm.
like I said, it's what my grandmother did. And if you need something, I tell you, you can pop a can open.
You
You
can.
you
You
really
definitely
can
can.
pop it on open. So we're gonna be careful of the people that we're listening to. We've got to. I see Miss Danielle has something in here.
Yeah,
Can we put her comment up? Let me see.
there it is.
I have to stay focused on a goal. Ah. At my age, I try to make sure that folks around me are working on goals that are futuristic and sound. Ooh,
That's
ooh.
important. That is very important.
You understand? I could just meditate on that piece right there that she just said. She said, "Listen, I want to read that again. At my age, I try to make sure that folks around me are working on goals that are futuristic and sound. I don't
Yeah.
take on extra baggage." Oh,
Also very important.
see, soon we're gonna have to just start bringing people live into the chat with us. We're gonna have to send them a
Right.
link and have them come on and talk because she preaching to me right now.
I
I
could go
don't
on about
take
this comment right here.
speak on it. We're gonna break this down. Speak on I don't take on extra baggage. You understand
Will
me?
not. Not gonna be the
Say
bag
what
lady.
say what you say, ma'am. Danielle, I'm gonna get through your comment. I've still got some of my own luggage to carry that needs to be unpacked, folded, and thrown away. Oh,
That's it right there. That's the comment. That's the comment of the day.
it
Oh
feels
yeah.
like poetry to me. It
I know it
feels
does.
she's just said everything. I got to read that one time because everything she said, I had to stop and just kind of like meditate on it. But Danielle just told us everything. She summed it
Hmm.
up. I'm trying to tell you, I have to stay focused on a goal. At my age, I try to make sure that folks around me are working on goals that are futuristic and sound. I don't take on extra baggage. And I've got some of my own. So she's identifying that. I've got some of my
Right.
own luggage to carry. And that needs to be unpacked, folded, or thrown away. Ooh,
Hmm.
Danielle, was you hiding in my mind somewhere?
Like seriously.
Listen,
Seriously.
did you hear? I like what she said about, how she recognized that, hey, it's a lot going on. People are talking all of this, and I've got
Right.
my own stuff that I got to deal with. I've got my
Right.
own baggage, and that's true because people will look at us and they might think one thing. People can look at you and they might look at some very superficial things. People look at
Hmm.
what people drive. People look at where people are living or or what they feel like their career status is, and they're judging you, and they think they know what's going on, and they don't know what's going on in your mind. They don't know
Exactly.
how tough it is. They don't know the decisions that you have to make to maintain yourself. And
Hmm.
I don't know, what are some of your feelings on that?
No, I completely agree with everything she said, especially the part about let me make sure I get it right. Goals that are
Hmm.
futuristic and sound. Because I know personally, like in my mind, I have some very outlandish ideas sometimes. And, we all kind of need somebody to be a voice of reason if we can't be our own voice of reason. So
Hmm.
being able to make sure that not only yourself, but you're holding, those around you accountable, like, hey, yes, have these goals, want to progress, want to move forward, but make sure it makes sense.
Right,
So, you're not getting ahead of yourself, you're not getting overwhelmed, you're actually able to accomplish these goals. So
right.
that part resonated with me a lot. For
It
sure, for
did.
sure.
It did. And I'm hearing what you're saying. You're right, because you've got to be careful to those people that you're listening to, because if not, you
Hmm.
you can become overwhelmed. And
That too.
I want to say this. I'll share this because I don't mind. I feel like people need to hear this because, like I said, people look at you and they think you have it all together. And I personally, I don't. Just like Danielle, I've got my luggage too. I've got some stuff that I need to unpack. I've got some stuff that need to be folded, and then I've got some stuff that, quite honestly, I need to give away, throw away. Do what I need to do with it. But this last, I want to say, I've been in a little season. I
Hmm.
can't say that I've been in a funk, because I'm very grateful for so many things, but I've been in a season, and I felt myself in a season that has been like difficult for me, a little
Hmm.
challenging, and I still had to carry myself, carry my face, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
and do what I have to do, because not only is not only is it expected of me,
Hmm.
but it's basically what I expect of myself, you
Right.
know? So I've been in a little funk that nobody has really kind of known about, or that I really talked about. But I went on a writer's retreat. When was that?
A
A
few
couple weeks
weekends
ago?
ago.
A
Yeah.
couple weekends ago. I went on a writer's retreat, and it was one of the best things that I could have done. And when I was talking to a fellow poet and a writer, we were talking about where we were with our projects that we have coming up, projects that we have out, with the
Hmm.
promotions of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just kind of, just for the sake of this conversation, really, I'm overwhelmed. I said, I get so many people who come to me to do so many different things, and that's all the time. I really have a lot of people who call upon me, and I
Hmm.
feel like I'm in a space where, hey, I've got to get some stuff off of my plate,
Yeah. Hmm.
because it became so overwhelming that, honestly, it was crippling.
Yeah.
And I say that to say that there was so much stuff that it put me in a position of being frozen.
Hmm.
Like, I wasn't even making a move. Things are coming from
Right.
here, things are coming there, and I just was like, hey, and you know what? You can't do that.
Yeah.
I realized that I couldn't do that because it wasn't productive for me.
Hmm.
It wasn't me living up to the standard of how I even like to work. But it happens, and I'm
Yeah.
human, you know? It
Hmm.
happens, and I'm human. So I had to like really be honest with myself and say, okay, well, yeah, you got all of these things going on, but decisions have to be made. You got to
Hmm.
do the things that you got to do. So that's kind of where I've been at. But being able to talk to fellow writers, or talk to people who are in positions like myself, that was really awesome. So it kind of
Yeah.
got me in a better headspace, allowed me to hear some of the things that were going on in my own mind. And that's why I say conversation is very important. And sometimes conversation is important, and you're talking because you may not be talking to that person directly. A lot of the times that message is really for you.
You literally just took the words right out of my head.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's true. It's like that. the conversation is really for you. There are things that you need to hear outside of your own head. So you
Yeah.
got to talk to people. Like when you bottle that thing up, whoo, it's not good.
Right. And that's what I was going to say too. I think it's really important to also share those moments, like when you feel overwhelmed and when you have a lot going on, because like you said, people kind of look to you and they think, oh yeah, you've got it all together and you got it all going on. But just me being in the space that I'm in and knowing that I'm in a place where a lot of people do look to me, I have learned that it's really important to share, some of the things that you have been through, some of the struggles that you've experienced, because one, it might help you rationalize yourself because you're saying these things out loud and you're like, okay, that makes sense. This is what I can do. But then it also helps the next person piece together what they need to do. Like they can kind of figure out, okay, I'm not the only one who feels like this. I'm not the only one overwhelmed, trying to find a new job, trying to find somewhere to live, like, okay, it's not just me. So now I
Right.
can reach out to people, get some advice, get some help, let somebody be a sounding board. So I think sharing that either after you've worked through it or while you're working through it is also pretty important.
It is. It really, really is. And then too, when it's important to understand not to be so hard on ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, yeah, people might be looking at me and say, "Hey, you got it together," or they might be coming to me for an advice or something like that. But not to be so hard on myself has been a challenge. But
Hmm.
believe it or not, I go in and out of that, and I realize that that's normal.
Yeah,
That's normal because confidence
it
is
is.
really more of a practice. And I say that because confidence isn't something that like something that you're just born with, that, oh, she got it. She got the confidence gene. It
Right.
isn't that. Confidence really is coming through when you have prepared yourself, when you
Hmm.
practice, you've done the homework, you do the work. And even if you feel like you have some little jitters about something, that's fine. But the bottom line is, you know what you're doing because you've done the homework and it's solid. And that is what confidence is.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people who feel like, oh, she's very confident, she's able to speak, and I'm not like that. Well, maybe you just need to be solid in the work and in the preparation, because that's what the confidence is. It isn't some
Definitely.
magical thing that we somebody has and you don't.
Exactly. Because I feel like confidence for me is definitely something I had it at one point and then I lost it and then I had to rebuild it. So, yeah, it wasn't all easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. It
It's
was
not.
definitely, and that I feel like the part of me losing it was going back to who and what I was listening to and
Mhm.
just like really letting the opinions of other people and just their thoughts and ideas and all of that projection reflect off of me versus, just what I know, what I'm learning, what I want to do, and where I want to go. So that was a
And
very great learning experience.
and that's what I want to say too, because for as confident as you can be about a particular thing, if you're
Right.
growing, if you're growing, there's something else that's getting ready to happen. There's
Hmm.
another challenge that is about to come, present itself to you. And you
For
have to deal
sure.
with that and you have to handle it. And I feel like oftentimes, like we'll have goals.
Hmm.
We have these lofty goals, we want to do these great things and we're working. And you do have your little confidence, you're doing your homework, you're doing your prep. And then you feel like you get thrown a curveball.
Yeah.
But you need that because that is where we grow. That is
Hmm.
where we learn. If you don't have a challenge, like if everything is just like easy breezy, I don't even know where you live in.
Right. And if you are, just come pick me up. I'll have my bags packed and ready.
I don't know.
Please.
Wow, Danielle. Yes. She
Wait,
said
we
a
got
lot.
another one.
She took us. We got somebody else down here?
Oh, I thought you were saying Danielle said something else. I was ready.
No, I'm saying that look at how much we kind of, put bricks on that, and how much she added
Oh
to the
yeah.
conversation with her comments. Thanks a lot, Danielle. All
Yep.
right. I see Tanya has a comment. It's really weird for me when I when I have people who have the same name. But hey,
Right.
Tanya, how you
Well,
doing, girl? Let's see. What does Tanya have to say? Go ahead and read her comment.
All right, here goes that confidence. So, Miss Tanya said, as a child, I was taught to purchase extra when things were on sale for that later time when not on sale. That's smart. If something is buy one, get one free, you best believe I'm buying two and getting two free. Even if you don't need it at the time, get it for the sale. Hey, because you never know when you might need it. I support it. I haven't had
Thank
it
you.
to steer me wrong yet.
Exactly. And that's what grandma used to do. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I'm telling you, that's a smart way. You're right. You've
Yeah.
got to buy those extra purchases, those buy one get one frees. But I'm gonna tell you something. Lately, I haven't been seeing any buy one get one free.
Man, I've been waiting for something to
I
go on
haven't.
sale. I'm just like, do I need to start getting the Sunday paper with the coupons in it or something? Because what
Yes,
happened to the sales? Maybe I
yes.
should check my mailbox more often. I might have some.
I'm trying to
I
tell you.
might.
I'm trying to
But
tell
yeah,
you. That's smart.
it is.
Absolutely. You've got to be
It sure
prepared.
is.
You've got to. Let me read through the
Got to
notes.
stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Hmm.
I forgot
Stay
where I heard it, but I heard it somewhere.
every there's somebody in your circle is smart.
Right.
Okay.
Somebody.
Okay, where you want to go next on our in within our notes?
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Okay,
Boom,
okay.
boom, boom.
Mm. Ooh.
Ooh,
Why did you say ooh?
ooh. Yeah. You know what? You first. Why did you say ooh?
Because I was reading through our things to consider in a tight economy because, that's what we're in. And I saw consider sharing a
Oh.
home slash roommate. Ooh,
Let me
that
scroll
was my
down.
ooh.
Okay, that wasn't
Because,
where I
woo,
was at. But speak on that.
man,
Introduce the topic.
okay, these are things you need to consider in a tight economy. And I'm not even going to lie, that one right there for me to just compartmentalize in my mind is so tough. Probably because I've been living by myself for so long. I don't
Mhm.
even know if I know how to live with another person.
Really?
Right, I really don't. I really don't. Like, I don't know. Like, just
But
thinking about my friends who might have roommates or like, I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
but listen, like you said, like these are things to consider in a tight
Right.
economy. And one of those
Right.
things was maybe having a roommate.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, in young life, I don't find that to be a bad idea. I don't. But I do understand where you're coming from because I too am guilty of that. And in
Mm-hmm.
my young life, I lived by myself for a long time. And and now as an empty nester, so I really understand.
Right.
But it's smart because I feel
Oh
like if you
yeah.
know that you're trying to build something, and with the state of where the real estate market is,
Mm-hmm.
where rental rates are,
Right.
I think that it really is difficult for young people right now. Like I said, I
Oh
don't really
yeah.
want to talk about the doom and gloom because people are thriving. But
Yeah.
for those who want to be smart, who want to use their money smart, if you can find someone who is compatible to room with, it's a very good idea.
Right.
It's an idea to consider.
Right. And I feel like college really doesn't set you up to like to live with somebody because in college having a roommate, I feel like it's completely different than being an adult having a roommate.
Hmm.
Like, of course I know how to live with family, so if I ever had to live with y'all again, I could do it. I spend the most time with y'all, but just like the roommates that I had in college, when I had roommates, it was just really like, okay, we're here to go to school, I'm coming in this room, do my homework, eat my snacks, watch TV, go to sleep, and carry on. But it doesn't actually teach you how to live with somebody if that's like your means of survival. So it's
I
just kind
got
of
you.
like, okay, you're sharing a space with somebody you probably don't know. Y'all will either be friends, mortal enemies, or neither. But I don't think it really teaches you or prepares you for like actual adult living with a roommate life. Because
You're
I mean,
probably right, but I think that probably has a lot to do with, I guess, whatever your experience was, you
true.
know, and then it's going to have a lot to do with your choice, and as an
Mm-hmm.
adult making that type of choice. And it's to me, it's a little different from college especially,
I believe it.
yeah, especially if the college experience where you're actually in the same room. But what
Right.
I mean, if you're living in a house or an apartment and you have your very own defined space, you're going to have some shared space. So it's just really going to be about respecting boundaries. And
Yeah.
I feel like as young adults, you kind of figure that out. And if it's not working out, you don't waste your time, and you know, just get out of that situation and try to find something that works for you. Um, Something
Yeah.
else that you should consider in a tight economy is writing out and sticking to a budget.
Yes. I can
Hmm.
agree.
I see your face over there. What does that mean?
Because I've done the writing out part.
What
I
about the
mean, well,
sticking to?
was it willing sticking to or was it a forceful sticking to? The world may never know. But I have stuck to it. No, I think it is it well, of course, the first step and the best step is to actually write it out because you're not going to follow it if you just try to budget in your mind for sure. So
Right.
I will say writing it out makes it easier to stick to. It's just a matter of kind of just starting that habit and getting yourself in the habit of sticking to your budget and writing it out the whole time until it's second nature. Is really just that's the stage I'm in now.
You're right. It's important.
Mm-hmm.
It's important, but making the habit of writing it is so key. And sticking to it is key because you
Right.
need to know where your money is going. If you are
Mm-hmm.
out here working and you're living a lifestyle and you want to maintain a certain lifestyle, you need to know where your money is going. Who are you working for? What are you working for? Are you spending
Right.
money in some ways that are unnecessary? And I
Mm-hmm.
find like in these days with things like all of these different streaming apps and all of these different apps that we can get, some of them, a lot of them, believe it or not, are not free. We're not
Right.
using them. And so you're getting all of these monthly charges and you're not even paying attention to it. And is that
Mm-hmm.
money that you could be using in a different way?
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's why I feel like writing your budget out is important and sticking to it is important.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
that's the only way I feel like you will be able to save. And I mean, save for that rainy day. Like your
Mm-hmm.
mama always told you, or your grandma always told you, you need to save for a rainy day. The same way we're talking about stocking up this food and different things that we might need, you got to save for a rainy day. You can't spend everything. And it is tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough for a lot of people, like I said, in a tight economy. So if the economy being tight, that means you don't really have a whole lot of extra income to play with anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you strategically have to be clear on where you are spending your dollars. Pay
Definitely.
attention. Pay attention. What did Keith say here? They don't have coupons in the Sunday paper anymore. What?
They stopped giving people coupons?
What kind of life are we living in
What
America?
are we supposed to do without coupons? Well, I mean, I
No,
guess we just got to buy regular price groceries, but still,
no, don't
who's
say
idea?
that.
I just want to talk.
And that's the same reason why people not buying a newspaper anyway. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
But people aren't reading the paper as much. People are
Hmm.
getting their content online. A lot of media is being read online. So I can kind of understand, like, I see papers slowly disappearing. And so
Hmm.
putting out those coupons and that extra booklet that they don't really want to print, I guess they're dealing with their budget cuts as well.
Yeah, very
What
true.
he said here, I have to budget and I always pay myself first on payday. Woo! Mm, 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 mm. Do
Trying
you
to
know what
get
that
there.
means?
I'm trying to get to that point in life.
Listen, I have a budget and I always pay myself first on payday. And what that means is you put that's that rainy day fund. That's what
Hmm.
paying yourself is. You put something over to the side for you. I don't care if it's only $20. We talked about this when you were
Yeah.
much younger, when you were in college. I was telling you, like, listen, you got to think about about it like this. You might think you don't have a lot of money, and you may not.
Right.
But if you decide to pay yourself in a very simple math way, it doesn't have to be anybody else math, but if you got $10 that you can put out of your pay, 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it all the way to a basic of $10. Okay? Put that away, right?
Hmm.
In a month, you've got how much? You've got $40, you know? In a year,
Yeah.
do the math. You got to put something away for yourself because you've already worked. And I don't care what it adds up to. If you only have 300, so it's 300 more that you've got that you didn't waste, that you don't know where it's at. And believe it
Very
or
true.
not, it's very easy to save $10. If you want to know this, and it doesn't have to be, if you really want to challenge yourself to find out what you can do with $10, get you a little, get you some kind of little can, a little coffee can, some kind of something. I don't know, if you want to use a sock, use a sock, and put that but never touch it. Don't bother it,
Hmm.
right? And you may as well do that because the bank isn't giving you money on savings anyway. But that's
Right.
another topic for another
Right.
conversation. But if you put that there and don't bother it, when you go back there to the end of the year and you've got that money, you're going to be happy. But if you don't do it, and a lot of people don't do it, and you don't have anything, but look, you might be able to book a flight because you can get a flight at a good deal. You
Right.
might be able to,
You like
I
to
don't
fly?
know, buy yourself something, but something
Hmm.
to be done with that. And if you cannot even bother it at the end of the year, then okay, don't bother it at the end of the year. Keep going, and you will watch that thing add up. You can watch change add up. I promise you.
Yeah.
Promise you, you really can. Um, what is Miss Danielle? Real life skills 101 should be required before leaving college. How to live with a roommate 102, etc. This is true.
That is very true.
It
I
should
see a
be.
lot of students who don't know how to live with somebody all the time.
Yes.
All the
You're
time.
right. It really should be required.
Hmm.
Real life skills because I think we talked about this one time before. It's like young people go to college and they feel like, hey, they're finally living on their own. They've got
Right. I'm
their
free.
I'm free. Listen,
You're not.
it's an illusion.
It's all a figment of your
You are
imagination.
not doing anything. It is not preparing you for real life because you are still very much being taken care of. You're being coddled. You know
Yes.
without a shadow of a doubt that you've got a roof over. Once you keep your GPA up and you're not getting expelled for anything that you've
Right.
done stupid or flunking out, you know that you've got a place to rest. That you don't have to
Hmm.
worry about how that's going to be done. The lights are going to be on unless it's a natural
Right.
disaster. You got lights, food, shelter, right?
Hmm.
Nothing that you have to think about. So you really are not on your own. That is an extension of home.
It
Trust me.
is.
And you very well should learn how to live with each other because you came from somewhere where you were living with people.
Right. But, I've also noticed there are just a lot of times where like students will have, differences in how they were raised, how they were grown up, how they grew up, cultural
Mhm.
differences. So it's a lot of things that people don't take into account when they come to college and they get a roommate. And it's like they just expect the other person to live exactly how they lived back home. And that's not always the case.
It isn't. But I feel like there's a conversation. So then maybe there's a conversation to be had at home before you go to college so that hey, you're going to meet somebody who didn't grow up the way that you have.
Right.
They're going to have some different things going on, but that's where I feel like you're going to have to learn to live with someone. You got to learn to talk to people. You've got to have difficult conversations,
Hmm.
just to be able to have a different conversation. You've got to let them know things that you don't like what are deal breakers,
Right.
conflict resolution. Those are things that you need to have from home because And I mean, let's be realistic about this too. Even living at home, you didn't agree with everything that your parents said or wanted you to do.
You just
You
did
didn't,
it.
right. You didn't agree with everything, like maybe your sister or brother or whoever was in that
Mm-hmm.
particular household. There are some differences, even in that household. People are living their own lives and have different ways of communication, different ways of dealing
Mm-hmm.
with things. So you really know what it's like. You get mad at somebody in the house, you don't like it, but
Right.
conflict resolution is going to be very, very, very important.
Yes.
So it should
Ooh.
be that. But I don't know where that would be. I don't know actually on the actual college campus where that would be handled necessarily.
Well, your handy dandy university housing employee extraordinaire can answer that one for you. Well, no, so that's actually something we train our resident assistants on. So we pretty much train our student staff to help teach other students how to live with somebody who's different from them. We make them do roommate contracts so they can literally talk about all the boundaries they have, times that they want the room quiet, if they can and cannot have guests, like literally down to cleaning schedules. So we try our best on our end to, make sure that the students who are living together, start having those conversations and they set those boundaries and they abide by what both roommate agrees to. But sometimes we need a little help from the parents as well. Love the parents, they're great. But especially like what I've seen with like the last few groups of college students, a lot of the times like they'll complain about their roommates to their
Mhm.
parents, and then their parents are like, "I want my child to have a single room," and it's like, wait, we don't have enough of those. First of all, for everybody, and two, we're trying to help your student learn to live with somebody else. Can you give us a little backup? So
Right.
that has been very interesting to navigate. I literally sometimes I'm like, my mama would have told me to get over it, keep my side of the room clean, and just be a good person to my roommate and keep it pushing. So I was like, ooh, I want some
Yeah,
of y'all to go stay with my mama for a little while and then come back. And we can try
just
this again.
it really is about respect,
Right.
right? And first of all, you have self-respect. And so in
Hmm.
respecting yourself, you're going to have respect for other people. You've got to
Right.
have an understanding for those boundaries. But I feel like one of the bigger things is probably that communication component.
Hmm.
Because if you're going to be silent about a situation and not bring it up, it's not going to get fixed. It's only
Right.
going to fester. You're really going to become more upset because it's just cooking inside of you.
Hmm.
So I feel like one of the bigger things that people need to really get inside of their head is that you've got to be willing to have that difficult conversation. You've got to let
Yeah.
people know what your boundaries are. Let them know what you don't like.
Yeah.
People can't read your mind. And like you say, you come from different backgrounds. So this is the way that they've done things, that they've always
Right.
done things. They didn't have to consider someone else's feelings, maybe if they
Hmm.
lived in a house and they had a room to themselves. Some students understand because they didn't have a room to themselves. They
Right.
shared with other people, a sister or brother. So it's a communication component that really works.
Right. I will say the funniest thing I've seen as far as roommates and not wanting to live together was a
Mhm.
set of twins that could not get along. I said, now y'all done lived together all these years. And you wait till you get to college to not want to live with your own sibling? Like what?
Wow. You gotta be
Twins.
kidding.
Yes, I was appalled.
That's
Because
very interesting.
I, I was appalled. But yeah.
Okay, we got another comment up there. You want to let us know what Tanya has to say?
Yes, an important factor to consider when deciding on roommates is choosing someone with equal credit, because someone that doesn't pay bills timely can cause a lot of friction. I hear you on that one.
Ooh,
Because
ooh,
let my lights go off because they weren't paid.
ooh.
Man.
That is not going to be a good thing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
You're
there
very
are
right.
there are issues. There are issues. They're going to have to
Yes.
pay the bills, and so when it's time to pay them, do they have their money? And if they don't,
Hmm.
that's all of that goes back to those difficult conversations.
Right.
You gotta be able to have those conversations. I agree, Tanya.
Yeah. Because even, this just took me back to when my good old brother visited me. And I live by myself, so I don't use that much electricity all the time. But with him here, I saw that light bill. I was like, my chest. So in my mind, I'm like, wow, is this what it's like to live with somebody else? How do we calculate electricity usage and split this bill down the middle? Because I only used about 25% of this light bill. So, but
Oh,
no, that is
wow.
definitely something to consider because, you might live with someone who has different habits, but you still want to make sure everybody can pay, what their designated bills, and deciding on who pays what as well would
Yes.
be a
You're gonna have
conversation.
to do that. You're gonna have to do it. Okay, you're right. There's another thing on our list here to consider when in a tight economy.
Hmm.
Consider used cars.
Yeah, I can
Consider it.
attest to that one. Because let me tell y'all about this car.
Tell
I got a
us.
car named Charles, 2001, 2000, one of those years back in the
2000.
single digit, the 2000s. Charlie will get you from point A to point B, sometimes to point C. Now, you
Hmm.
might not be able to go over 65 miles per hour, but do you really need to go anywhere that fast? You're going to get where you're going safe. You're going to get there on time. And if you turn the lights on, you can listen to some music. Charlie, Charlie was literally my ride or die. Sometimes I get in it, I'm riding. Sometimes I get in it, and Charlie died. But regardless, Charlie had my back. I didn't have to put a lot of gas in it, real cheap,
Hmm.
no car payment, just easy.
Woo!
And then I went and got a new car.
A new car?
I didn't even, I still feel like I was coerced because if not, I still would have been driving Charlie at the ripe age of 27. But
But your
sometimes you
car's
do have
so
to grow up and make
nice.
decisions. It is. My car is real cute.
but
But
but that's true. That's
you
really
know,
true. People
you
have
gotta
to
make decisions.
they have to make a decision. You got to consider like do I want I mean you can buy a vehicle,
Hmm.
get what do they call them now? I call it a used
Um,
car. They like to make it
they're
sound
still
good. They call it
used.
they
They're
call
not
it
used.
pre-owned.
Oh, used,
Pre-owned. And
pre-owned.
so
Yeah.
funny is that I saw a commercial just today, floored me because I already thought pre-owned was trying to make it sound special.
Hmm.
Guess what they're calling it? Pre-loved.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, if y'all don't get out of here with this used car
Why are you
situation,
right? Why are you trying to sugarcoat it? It's a pre-owned, used, pre-loved, pre-driven car.
but guess what? It makes a lot of sense. I mean, you already know I have older vehicles.
Hmm.
My cars are paid for. I brought them used
Yeah.
and I like them. You get what
Yeah.
you like. You can't worry about what people are
Right.
looking at. I don't even have a car that's in the 2000s. I don't.
Right.
Now they're well kept, they're well maintained, they look
Hmm.
nice, but you got to take care of your stuff. Just because it's a used car doesn't mean that you have to ride around looking like you in some kind of battle bot.
Right. And I think too, something that's important to think about, even if you get a used or a new car, is buying a car that you can afford to maintain. Because if you get a used car, there might be some things that come up that you need to get fixed. And if you get a
Absolutely.
new car and something gets damaged, it's a new car, so it's going to be a little pricey. So just making sure that whatever car you get, whatever you like, you can also afford to maintain it.
Absolutely.
Because there's no point in wasting money if you're not going to be able to keep it up.
And I like that you said that, get a car that you can maintain, because I look at a lot of times, and when young people straight out of college, when they get like
Hmm.
luxury cars, I
Yeah.
never understand that. Like, why are you
Mm-mm.
riding around in a Mercedes or a BMW
Right.
and you're unsure of your life dynamics?
Yeah.
So you're right, you've got to be able to maintain that.
Because I was
Wow.
only looking at car lots that were in my tax bracket when I got this car.
You
Like,
didn't go to the
hey,
Mercedes lot.
didn't even drive past it. Wasn't on the same street at all.
I get it. I get it.
Nope.
I love it. How long
Yeah.
have we been live so far?
Let me look at my camera. Oh, wait, not my camera. My
Mm,
clock. About 51 minutes.
51 minutes.
Hmm.
Wow. talking
Mhm.
about these things are very important, like we said, and I can't even believe it's been that long already, to
Right.
be honest. But what I want to do is I want to take this moment to do a
Mhm.
shameless plug. Do you mind if I do a shameless plug?
Of course, we love shameless plugs.
I gotta let y'all know I am Miss Tanya the poet. I am
She
Miss
is. She
Tanya
is.
the poet. But check this out.
She is.
That's right. That's right. I got a book, a whole book for sale. I need y'all to go ahead and, if you don't have the book, go ahead and get you a copy of the Little Black Book of Poetry. It is just a wonderful, wonderful book that I feel like everybody needs to have on their list and read, especially right now.
Mhm.
Especially right now. All right. Miss KJ, is there anything that you've got coming up that you want to share with the people? What you got going on?
Do I have anything coming up?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I will be at Juneteenth in Florence
Thank
coming
you.
up here pretty soon. I am so excited. I got to make our shirts.
Yes, we
Shameless
will.
plug, I do make shirts. Hit me up. Mhm.
I was hoping that you were going to let them know we will be at Juneteenth.
Yes.
The what is it? The Juneteenth flow, right?
Yes.
And I want to see if I can find one of the flyers here, if I can.
But I am very, very excited about
Yes.
that.
So you guys, I know that we have some of the promotions on our page, so you can go
Mhm.
to the page. But what I wanted to let the people know is come out and talk to us. We're going to be talking to people out at the Juneteenth Flow. It's going to
We
be a very
will.
special event. And this particular one is one that I'm really kind of excited about because it's different.
Mhm.
We're going to be celebrating each other and celebrating our wellness, celebrating
Mhm.
family and celebrating our food. They're gonna have fish
Yes.
and collard greens. Say no more.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Say no more.
I love me a good piece of fried fish.
I love me some collard greens too.
Collard greens too.
You
Collard greens
understand
too.
me? And I'm
Mm.
wellness, yoga,
Yeah.
just wonderful people, family, friends. There's going to be a lot of vendors out there. So go to our page, look up Juneteenth Flow. In fact, they have their own page. I want you guys
Mhm.
to celebrate well and celebrate
Yes.
wellness. Celebrate wellness.
Yes.
This is a Juneteenth that I hadn't, to be honest, I hadn't seen anyone promote quite like this.
Right.
I really haven't. Are
I'm
there
really excited.
some events going on in FLA?
I'm pretty sure there are, but I have been so excited about this event in Florence until I planned my whole week around it. I am
Hmm.
there. But I'm pretty
I'm
sure there will be some stuff going on here. Tallahassee does a great job about celebrating. So I'm pretty sure there will be something.
okay. I'm looking now. I'm going to try to share my page. I want to share a screen here so people can see what we're
Mhm.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yes,
While
yes,
you're
yes, yes.
sharing, I'm pretty sure here too, they're also going to have the boiled peanuts with neck bones. If y'all haven't had boiled peanuts with neck bones in them, you missing out. You are changed my whole life.
Ball
Just
peanuts with neck
with
bones.
neck bones.
So is that like a
Just
Florida thing or what? I've
I'm
never heard
guessing
of
it
that.
is because I'd never heard of it until I got here. But there's a whole food truck that has them. Life changing.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Sure can.
All right. So this is Juneteenth flow. And like I said, guys, there is just things going on for you, for kids. Let me see DJ here. All right. DJ Phenom is gonna be on the scenes, good food, feel good vibes. That's what we're trying to do. So you see where it's going to be Mitchell Lane and Quimby. So it's going to be a flow there. There's going to be a
Yes.
concentration on culture, wellness, and investment. I love this. Okay, these are things that we need to be involved in as a people, as a community. So my excitement for this is just as much as yours. It's going to be yoga. So
Mhm.
you know what? We're gonna have to do some yoga. We got to bring our yoga mats.
Cause I got mine ready. Stay
You better
ready.
go. Better
Shout
go
out to
ahead.
Coastal Carolina. I got it for free. Well, I'm pretty sure I paid for it, but shout out to the school for letting me keep it.
All right. So listen, grab your lawn chairs and your picnic blankets and make sure that you guys are out there. This is just going to be a really exciting event. And we're definitely looking forward to it. We're really happy to be asked to be on the scenes, and we want to talk to you
Yeah.
guys and make sure that we keep you in some information and we keep you in some conversation.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I got something special. I'm going to turn around here and I want to
It's a
show people
surprise.
this.
It's a surprise.
Well, I mean, I don't know so much a surprise, but just something that I want to share with people because I think it's important. And like I
Hmm.
said, to have an event that is really catering to some of the things that I feel like we need to be focused on as a people. I'm inspired by that. And as a writer, as just a person in our community, I feel like everybody needs to write. There's just something, and I'm not talking about you have to become an author or that, you've got to write poetry or whatever, but I feel like you need to write. There's something magical about when you take a pen to paper and that idea or that concept or that goal that you want to accomplish, when it comes from your brain and it flows through and it goes through whatever it goes through, and that whole magic happens and you write it down. There's something about that is so key and important. And I really want people to focus on whatever your routine is in the morning. You do that. You get up, you wake up, you breathe, you do your yoga, meditate. Yes, but it is so important to, at the very least, just write down 5 things that you want to accomplish that day. Just write it down. You'll be very surprised how productive you will become because you will make yourself accountable. You've told your brain that this is something that I need to do. Because a lot of the times, if you just allow yourself to think about, you know what, and you're not talking to anybody, so this is all stuff that's going on in your mind.
Yep.
Today I want to get such and such done. I want to do this. I want to do that. And the day comes by and you don't do any of it because you don't feel like it, and because you haven't
Hmm.
made a commitment, or you hadn't made that contact with your brain to make you remember that. But if you write it, I promise you, you will get something done. And even if you don't get all 5 of those things done, that's fine. But make yourself commit to doing something. And what I wanted to show you is, I mean, there's just get you a little journal.
That's cute.
This is cute. Get you a little journal. There's journals out here. This one I like a lot. It says, I don't know if you can tell, but it says make it happen. You
Hmm.
know, just write in it. This particular one says everything is possible, right? For one who believes. They sell these everywhere. And the thing that's special is I want to let people know, when you come out and see us at Juneteenth, we are going to be giving away some journals. So we're going to have a few little tickets, and we're going to have some lucky people who are going to win a journal from the Brown South Girls. And we're going to keep ourselves accountable because we
Yep.
want to be successful and we want you to be successful. But we want you to see your goals. We want you to see your goals through. And the first thing that you can do is start writing it down.
Yep.
Okay. One of these for
Indeed.
you. One of these for you. You get to choose one, but
What?
not right now, not on the air. We got to, and I've got some
Thanks.
more, so we're going to give some away to
Hmm.
the people. I definitely want to do that because I know how important it is.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I have done this. I keep journals, and it's really
Hmm.
funny when you can go back and read some of the things that you wrote, know where your thoughts and ideas were, see the accomplishments that you've made.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And I've also, like I said, I'm keeping myself accountable. Sometimes I fall off. Like I'll go through a season where I don't even write it, but those aren't my most productive seasons.
Yeah.
They aren't. So make yourself do it. And that's why I brought you one, because you're going to make yourself do it.
I am.
All right. We got any more people in the comments before we get on out of here?
Oh, we got an invite from Danielle.
What she got going on?
Told us to stop by the Empowerment Community Center in North Florence for Juneteenth on the same day. The children are the focus. I love the kids.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yes. We're going to try to do that. Believe it or not, I get booked so early on Juneteenth, and I've got like a couple events that I've committed myself to already. But everything that I can make, I definitely like, and I like seeing people celebrate this. So I'm here for it. And if I can make it there, I will be there for it. But I can't promise, because I already know I've got a lot going on that day.
Yeah. Might have to divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you can go check them out.
There's two of us for a reason.
All right. I tell you what, you know what time it is.
It's past time.
It's past the time that we've been talking to the people. I don't know how that happened.
We're just good at talking, I guess.
We're just good at talking. So I guess we gotta tell the people bye.
We do.
Go ahead.
Until the next last Sunday.
The next last Sunday.
I usually have my Sundays ready too. Let me get my.
You need to go ahead and let people know, because I see one more comments while you find the date. Thank you, Danielle. She says we love y'all. Well, we love y'all. And this is what makes the show really great for us, when it's interactive and people can respond,
So we'll be back on June 26th, which is the week after Juneteenth. Yes.
You know what?
June 26th at 6.
I know we're a little over, but June what?
26th.
June 26th. I want to say something about June. I want to say something about the season we're in right now. Right now is Gemini season. So I want to give a big, big hug and a whole lot of love to all my Geminis, because it is the gems out here that are celebrating right now. Yes. I'm happy for you. Happy birthday. I want to give a birthday shout out to Essence Jackson. Just celebrated a birthday a few days ago. Yes, she did. Give a special birthday shout out to my brother-in-law, Anthony Holiday. Happy birthday, man. I know a lady, and she might be talking right now, whose birthday is Friday. You understand me? So I'm going to give who'd have thought? I'm going to give a shout out to Peppy, because she celebrates that very same day with me. That's my girl. Yes. Just shout out to everybody out here who is celebrating with your Gemini people. Give some Gemini love to all of the Geminis that we love, live with, and don't even understand how. But
I don't think Geminis are that bad. I love them all. Well, all the ones that I know.
All right. We've had a whole lot of fun. I know it's a lot of people who would disagree with you, but hey.
Well, I'm a Virgo, so I understand being a hated sign. So,
All right, y'all. We had a whole lot of fun. Thank y'all for joining us. Everybody who took the time to comment with us and get into the comments. We love it. We love it. We love it. We want to keep this thing going. Make sure you guys like. Make sure you like. Hit the like. Make sure you share. Let people know that the Brown South girls are having conversations, and let them know that you get to be involved. All right? Yes. So we see you back when?
The 26th of June.
All right, y'all. One love. Peace.